Run, the voice inside Evelyn whispered. They can smell us now. Evelyn Hart opened her eyes beneath a blood-red moon. For 3 terrible seconds, she did not breathe. Cold earth pressed against her cheek. Wet leaves clung to her white nightdress, torn from shoulder to hem. The forest around her stood unnaturally still, black pines rising like silent witnesses beneath the crimson sky. Then she smelled the blood. Metallic. Warm. Everywhere. Evelyn pushed herself upright, and her hands slipped against the ground. She stared down. Red covered her fingers, her palms, her wrists. No. The word left her as a broken breath. 10 feet away, something enormous lay between the trees. A wolf. No, wolves were not that large. Its black body was nearly the size of a horse, its thick fur soaked dark around the throat. Silver moonlight caught on its exposed fangs. One yellow eye remained half open, frozen forever in a final expression of rage. Evelyn stumbled backward. I didn't do this. Her heartbeat thundered, but beneath it, another rhythm answered. Slow, heavy, alive. Inside her. Before we continue, where are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments below. And if you believe in courage and destiny, hit like and subscribe. These stories remind us, love finds the broken. Now, back to Evelyn. She pressed both hands against her chest. What is happening to me? The voice did not answer. A sharp pain suddenly tore through her skull. Evelyn screamed. She collapsed onto her knees as sound crashed over her from every direction. Wings beating hundreds of feet above. Beetles moving beneath rotting bark. Water rushing over stones somewhere beyond the ridge. Too much. Far too much. She covered her ears. It changed nothing. Then came the scents. Pine. Moss. Blood. Fear. Her own fear. Around her face. And her eyes, Evelyn froze. Silver. Not gray. Silver. A low growl vibrated through her chest. She jerked away from her reflection. No, branches snapped somewhere behind her. Evelyn turned. Nothing. Then she heard them. Footsteps. 5 sets. Moving fast. The strange presence inside her rose instantly, stretching beneath her skin like a creature awakening after a lifetime of sleep. Run. This time, Evelyn understood. She gathered her ruined dress and ran. Bare feet struck frozen earth. Branches clawed at her arms, but she barely felt them. The forest blurred around her. She was moving too fast. Impossibly fast. Behind her, a howl split the night. Another answered. Then another. Evelyn's blood turned cold. They were hunting her. She leaped over a fallen tree and landed 20 feet beyond it. The impossible movement shocked her so badly that she stumbled. What am I? Torches appeared between the trees. Men. No. Their eyes glowed gold in the darkness. There, someone shouted. Evelyn backed against an ancient oak. 6 figures stepped into the clearing. The man at their center lifted his face and inhaled. His expression changed. Confusion first, then horror. She has no pack scent. Another hunter stared at the dead wolf's blood still staining Evelyn's dress. But she shifted. I haven't. Evelyn cried. The men went silent. The leader slowly drew a silver blade. A human, he whispered, who awakened under the blood moon. The creature inside Evelyn suddenly bared its teeth. And for the first time, every wolf in the clearing stepped back from her. Humans do not awaken as wolves, the healer said. So either she is lying, or something ancient has returned. Evelyn stood barefoot in the center of Nightcrest Court, iron chains biting into her wrists. Morning had not yet come. Blood moon light poured through the narrow windows, painting the stone floor red beneath her feet. Wolves filled the circular chamber, watching from carved balconies above. Their scents pressed against her new senses. Anger, suspicion, excitement. Fear. Most of it was hers. I was human yesterday, Evelyn whispered. Laughter scattered through the court. A tall woman stepped forward from the crowd. Madeline Crowe wore black velvet, her pale blonde hair braided with silver chains. Beautiful. Cold. Her golden eyes moved over Evelyn's torn dress with open disgust. A human girl kills a dire wolf, Madeline said, then develops silver eyes beneath the blood moon. She smiled. How convenient. I don't remember killing it. That makes you more dangerous, not less. Evelyn's stomach tightened. The creature inside her stirred. Not now. She lowered her eyes and focused on breathing. 1, 2, 3. A young healer approached with a silver needle. This will only hurt briefly. He pierced Evelyn's finger. Pain flashed. A drop of blood fell into a crystal bowl. The liquid inside turned black. Every whisper stopped. The healer stepped back. No wolf blood. Madeline's smile disappeared. That is impossible. I told you, Evelyn said. The healer stared at her as though she had become something without a name. She was born human. Silence. Then someone shouted from the balcony. Abomination. Another voice followed. Kill her before moonset. Evelyn looked upward. Faces. Dozens of them. None saw a frightened woman who had awakened alone in the forest. They saw a monster. Madeline raised one hand. The court fell quiet. Nightcrest law is clear. Any unknown creature capable of killing a royal dire wolf must be judged before dawn. Evelyn's breath caught. Judged. Madeline met her eyes. Executed. The wolf inside Evelyn snarled. This time, several guards heard it. Their hands moved to their swords. Evelyn stepped back. I don't want to hurt anyone. Yet something died wherever you awakened. Madeline moved closer. Perhaps killing is simply what you are now. The words struck deeper than Evelyn wanted them to, because she had wondered the same thing. Hours later, she sat alone in a cell beneath the citadel. The chains were gone. They did not need them. Silver bars surrounded her. Evelyn pressed her forehead against her knees. She tried to remember the night before. Her cottage. The rain. A knock at the door. Head. A man stood outside the bars. Tall. Broad-shouldered. Dark hair fell across his forehead, damp from the night mist. His pale skin carried a thin scar along the jaw, and his gray eyes held none of the disgust she had seen upstairs. He studied her. Evelyn stared back. Are you here to watch me die? No, his voice was deep. Quiet. The wolf inside her went completely still. Evelyn's breath stopped. The man reached into his coat and produced a key. Who are you? He unlocked the silver door. Adrian. That tells me nothing. Something almost like amusement touched his eyes. Good. The door opened. From somewhere above, a bell began to ring. Once. Twice. The execution bell. Adrian extended his hand. If you want answers, stay. The third bell rang. If you want to live, his gray eyes held hers. Come with me. You trust strangers too easily, Adrian said as the execution bells faded behind them. Evelyn nearly laughed. They were running through a tunnel beneath Nightcrest Citadel, her bare feet striking cold stone while torchlight trembled across the walls. I don't trust you. Yet you followed me. They were going to cut off my head. A compelling argument. Evelyn shot him a look. Adrian's mouth almost curved. Almost. The tunnel ended behind a curtain of dead ivy. Cold wind struck Evelyn's face as they stepped into the forest. A black horse waited beneath the trees. Evelyn stopped. One horse. Adrian climbed into the saddle. We are being pursued by wolves. Yes. Wolves run fast. Yes. And you brought one horse? Adrian extended his hand. Are humans always this argumentative? I was human until yesterday. Something changed in his eyes. Small. Gone before she could understand it. Then climb. Evelyn took his hand. The moment their skin touched, the creature inside her went silent again. Not sleeping. Listening. Adrian pulled her onto the horse behind him. Hold on. To what? The horse launched forward. Evelyn grabbed Adrian around the waist. His quiet laugh disappeared into the wind. They rode until the blood moon sank behind the mountains. By sunrise, Evelyn's body ached from exhaustion. Adrian finally stopped beside an abandoned hunting cabin hidden among frost-covered pines. Inside, he lit a fire without speaking. Evelyn watched him. He moved strangely for a prince. Too carefully. He checked every window before sitting. He positioned himself where he could see the door. When he removed his coat, Evelyn noticed an old scar disappearing beneath his collar. Not a sword wound. Claw marks. You said your name was Adrian. It is. And you are. A prince. Evelyn waited. Adrian added wood to the fire. She crossed her arms. Prince of where? A place you should avoid. That is not an answer. It is the safest answer. Evelyn stared at him. Why did you save me? The humor left his face. For a moment, only the fire spoke between them. Because they were afraid of you. That makes no sense. It does to me. His gaze lowered to the flames. I know what it feels like to become something people fear. The words were quiet. Too quiet. Evelyn felt her anger weaken. She hated that. What happened to you? Adrian looked at her. A wall returned behind his eyes. Rest. Evelyn turned away. Of course. She lay near the fire, using his coat as a blanket. Sleep came slowly. When it did, the forest returned. Blood. Black eyes. A hand around her throat. Evelyn screamed. Pain ripped through her spine. She woke on all fours. Her fingers were changing. Nails lengthened into claws. Bones shifted beneath her skin. No. Adrian was beside her instantly. Evelyn. Don't touch me. Her teeth sharpened. She could smell his heartbeat. Steady. Powerful. The wolf inside her lunged toward it. Evelyn backed into the wall. Run. Adrian did not move. Adrian, please. He slowly knelt. No weapon. No fear. Look at me. I'll hurt you. No, you don't know that. His voice dropped. Evelyn. Something in that single word pressed through the chaos. Not force. Not command. Recognition. Her silver eyes found his gray ones. The pain eased. Her claws slowly withdrew. Evelyn collapsed. Adrian caught her before she struck the floor. For several seconds, she remained against his chest, listening to his heartbeat. The wolf inside her listened too. Calm. Safe. Evelyn pulled away. What are you? Adrian went completely still. Outside the cabin, somewhere deep in the forest, a wolf howled. Then another. Then dozens. Evelyn turned toward the window. Every howl stopped at once. Behind her, Adrian whispered, "We need to leave." Edit. Why did they stop howling when you spoke? Adrian did not answer. He was already extinguishing the fire. One sweep of his boots scattered the glowing embers. Smoke curled through the cabin as he reached for his coat and pushed a knife into his belt. Adrian, we have 5 minutes. You said we needed to leave. We do. Then tell me why. His gray eyes lifted to hers. For one suspended second, Evelyn felt it again. That pressure, not against her body, against the room itself. Then Adrian looked away. Because wolves don't howl without reason. That wasn't my question. No, he opened the door. Cold morning air rushed inside. And this isn't the place for answers. Evelyn wanted to refuse. Instead, she followed him. She hated herself a little for that. They abandoned the horse before noon. Adrian claimed the northern trail was too exposed, so they climbed toward Frostpine Pass on foot. Snow thickened beneath Evelyn's bare soles, yet the cold barely hurt. Another impossible thing. Her hearing stretched through the forest. Bird wings. Running water. Adrian's heartbeat. Evelyn tried not to notice that one. Stop listening to me, he said. She nearly walked into a tree. I wasn't. You were. How could you possibly know? Adrian glanced back. You tilt your head. Evelyn straightened immediately. He smiled. A real smile this time. It changed his face. Made him look younger. Less like a man carrying invisible weapons. Evelyn looked away first. By afternoon, the path narrowed between two cliffs. Adrian stopped. Evelyn smelled them before she saw them. Wolves. 7. Large gray bodies emerged from the pines. Her breath caught. The creature inside her rose. Not with fear. Challenge. Evelyn's fingers curled. Stay behind me, Adrian said. I killed something the size of a horse. You don't remember doing it. Fair point. The largest wolf stepped forward. Its eyes burned amber. Evelyn waited for Adrian to draw his knife. He didn't. He simply stood there. The wolf approached. 10 feet. 5. Then something impossible happened. Its ears lowered. Its head bowed. One by one, the others did the same. Evelyn forgot to breathe. Adrian walked between them. None moved. Come, he said. Evelyn remained frozen. Evelyn. Her wolf settled instantly. She stared at him. Then at the bowed animals. What did you do? Nothing. That is becoming your favorite lie. His jaw tightened. But he kept walking. That night, they made camp beneath a stone ridge. Evelyn pretended to sleep. Adrian sat against a pine tree 20 feet away, eyes closed. The forest shifted. Soft paws moved through snow. Evelyn slowly opened her eyes. Wolves surrounded the camp. Dozens. Black? You keep warning me about monsters, Evelyn said. But you're the only one who makes mine feel safe. Adrian stopped walking. Snow drifted between them. For a moment, Evelyn wished she could pull the words back. Then Adrian turned. His gray eyes held hers. Don't say things like that. Why? Because you don't know me. Whose fault is that? His jaw tightened. Evelyn walked past him. By sunset, the storm found them. Wind screamed through Frostpine Pass, forcing them toward an old cabin buried beneath snow. Adrian broke the frozen lock and pushed Evelyn inside. The cabin was small. One bed. One fireplace. Evelyn looked at Adrian. No, he raised an eyebrow. You haven't even heard my suggestion. I know your suggestion. I was going to take the floor. Oh. Adrian removed his wet coat. Disappointed? Evelyn threw a glove at him. He laughed. The sound warmed the room before the fire did. Later, Adrian showed her how to control her hearing. Choose one sound, he said. Evelyn closed her eyes. The fire. Good. I hear the wind. Let it pass. Branches. Let them pass. Your heartbeat. Silence. Evelyn opened one eye. Adrian stared into the flames. You're doing that on purpose. I am not. Choose another sound. She smiled. No, his heartbeat quickened. Just once. Evelyn heard it. She said nothing. Hours passed. The storm deepened. Adrian reached for more wood, and his shirt pulled across his shoulder. Evelyn saw the scar. For deep lines. Claw marks. Sit. Adrian glanced at her. That sounded dangerously like an order. Sit, Your Highness. He obeyed. Evelyn cleaned the old wound with warm water. The scar had healed badly. Who did this? A wolf. I guessed that. Adrian's mouth curved. Evelyn touched the edge of the scar. His body went still. Did you kill it? No, why? Adrian looked at her over his shoulder. Because he was afraid. Evelyn noticed. Adrian turned away before she could ask. You really do understand monsters, she whispered. No, his voice became quieter. I understand what fear makes people call monsters. Something inside Evelyn softened. Not the wolf. Her. She sat beside him. When I woke in that forest, I thought the blood was mine. Adrian listened. Then I saw the wolf. Her fingers tightened. I keep wondering if Madeline was right. She wasn't. You don't know what I did. Neither do you. What if I killed it? Adrian faced her. Then we find out why. And if I am dangerous? His answer came without hesitation. Then I teach you control. Evelyn swallowed. And if I can't learn? Adrian's eyes softened. Then I stay until you do. The storm filled the silence. Evelyn looked away first. Her chest hurt strangely. Not pain. Something worse. Hope. She slept near the fire. When she woke before dawn, Adrian was placing another blanket over her. Their eyes met. Neither moved. What happens when we reach your kingdom? Evelyn whispered. Adrian froze. The tenderness disappeared from his face. Not completely. Just enough. You'll be safe. That isn't what I asked. He looked toward the dark window. Evelyn heard his heartbeat change. Adrian. He finally met her eyes. You will probably hate me. Her breath caught. Why? He stood. Sleep. Evelyn watched him walk away. And in that terrible moment, she understood something far more frightening than the wolf beneath her skin. She had fallen in love with a man who was still lying to her. Your Majesty. The words came from the trees. Evelyn stopped breathing. Adrian did too. Snow fell softly around them, almost gentle enough to make the moment feel unreal. Then Madeline Crow stepped into the clearing. 6 men followed her. No, not men. Alphas. Evelyn could smell the aggression rolling from them before their golden eyes began to glow. Madeline smiled. I wondered how long you planned to keep pretending. Evelyn looked at Adrian. His face had changed. The warmth from the cabin was gone. The quiet prince who teased her, taught her to listen to fire, promised to stay, gone. Madeline, Adrian said. One word. The alphas behind her shifted uneasily. Madeline's smile widened. Still using the prince act? Evelyn's chest tightened. What is she talking about? Adrian did not look at her. Stay behind me. No, Evelyn. Her wolf responded instantly. Calm. Obedient. Evelyn hated it. Stop doing that. Adrian finally turned. Pain flashed across his face. I am not doing anything. Madeline laughed. Oh, this is beautiful. She stepped closer. You truly didn't tell her. Enough. The forest trembled beneath Adrian's voice. Evelyn felt the command in her bones. Every alpha lowered his head. Except Madeline. And Evelyn. Madeline noticed. Her expression sharpened. There it is. She pointed at Evelyn. The reason your precious little human awakened. Evelyn's pulse jumped. What? Moonborn. The word moved through the clearing like a curse. Adrian's hand curled into a fist. Don't. Madeline ignored him. An ancient bloodline. Wolves born sleeping inside human bodies. No scent. No pack. No first shift. Evelyn shook her head. I was human. So were all Moonborn. Madeline moved closer. Until something powerful enough called the wolf awake. Evelyn looked at Adrian. He still would not meet her eyes. A coldness deeper than winter entered her chest. You knew? Silence. Adrian. One of the rogue alphas lunged. Everything happened at once. Adrian shoved Evelyn backward. Bones cracked. His body expanded. Black fur tore through cloth. Evelyn hit the snow and looked up at a wolf larger than the dire wolf she had awakened beside. Massive. Black. His eyes burned silver gold. Power crashed through the clearing. The attacking alpha dropped instantly. Then another. Then all six. Knees struck snow. Heads bowed. Even Madeline stepped back. Evelyn could not move. The black wolf turned toward her. She knew those eyes. The same patience. The same terrible secrets. Adrian. The wolf lowered his head. Madeline's voice came softly from behind him. Not Prince Adrian. Evelyn's heart broke before the words arrived. Madeline bowed. Mockingly. Alpha King Adrian Blackthorne. The world became silent. Evelyn stared at him. The wolves in the forest. The guards who feared his gaze. The wild packs that bowed. His warnings. His lies. You will probably hate me. Adrian shifted back. He stood between Evelyn and the rogues, breathing hard, blood running from a cut across his shoulder. Evelyn. She stepped away. He froze. Don't. Her voice shook. Not from fear. You knew what I was. Adrian's silence lasted 1 second too long. That was enough. Evelyn's eyes filled. Madeline smiled. And the wolf inside Evelyn whispered the cruelest truth of all. He saved us because he knew. Evelyn looked at the man she loved. The prince who had never existed. Was any of it real? Adrian took 1 step toward her. She stepped back. His face broke. But Evelyn had already turned away. Edit. Evelyn, if you walk away now, I won't command you to return. She stopped. That was the problem. A king could command armies. A king could make wolves kneel. But Adrian stood behind her in the snow and sounded like a man asking not to be abandoned. Evelyn turned slowly. Royal guards had emerged from the forest. 20, maybe 30. Every one of them wore the black and silver crest of Nightcrest. Everyone knelt. My king, their captain said. Evelyn looked at Adrian. He had found a dark cloak, but blood still marked his shoulder. Without the teasing smile, without the cabin fire between them, she finally saw what had always been there. Authority. Not worn. Carried. You let me call you a prince. I am a prince. A bitter laugh, Eska. Kneel before the court, Evelyn Hart. Madeline's voice echoed through Blood Moon Hall. Evelyn stood anyway. Silver chains wrapped her wrists and throat, burning wherever they touched. Hundreds of wolves watched from the stone balconies. Noble alphas. Pack leaders. Nightcrest guards. The same faces that had called her abomination. Madeline circled her slowly. Moonborn. Blood destroyed kingdoms once. You said we were hunted. We were wise enough to finish what your kind started. Evelyn's wolf growled. Madeline smiled. There. Even now, she threatens us. I haven't hurt anyone. You killed a royal dire wolf. I don't remember that. How fortunate. The crowd murmured. Evelyn lifted her chin. Fear filled her chest. But fear no longer felt like weakness. It felt alive. The great doors opened. Every wolf went silent. Adrian entered. Black royal armor covered his body. A silver crown rested against his dark hair. Alpha King. Evelyn's heart betrayed her. It recognized him before her anger could. Adrian walked toward the center of the hall. Everyone bowed. Everyone except Evelyn. Madeline smiled. Your Majesty, Nightcrest law demands the death of any Moonborn discovered within royal territory. Adrian stopped. I know the law. Evelyn's stomach dropped. Madeline stepped closer. Then sentence her. Silence. Adrian looked at Evelyn. She searched his face for the man beside the cabin fire. For Adrian. He reached toward his crown. Evelyn closed her eyes. Metal struck stone. She opened them. The crown lay on the floor. Gasps moved through the hall. Adrian removed his sword. Then his royal cloak. He placed both beside the crown. Your Majesty, the captain whispered. Adrian walked toward Evelyn and knelt. The hall erupted. Evelyn stared at him. Get up. No, Adrian. His gray eyes lifted to hers. I lied about my name because everyone bows to the king. His voice carried through the chamber. You were the first person who ever argued with the man. Evelyn's throat tightened. Madeline's face hardened. This is madness. Adrian ignored her. You questioned me. Mocked my cooking. A few shocked whispers rose. You told me when I was wrong. His eyes softened. And you loved me before you knew what I could give you. Evelyn's eyes burned. You still lied. Yes. The answer came without defense. I cannot undo that. No, power rolled through the hall. Wolves lowered their heads. The throne exists for the people beneath it. He looked at Evelyn. If Nightcrest law requires her death, then Nightcrest will have another king by sunrise. Chaos exploded. Evelyn could barely breathe. You would give up your crown? Adrian moved closer. Not for your love. She froze. For your right to choose whether you ever love me again. Something inside Evelyn broke open. Not forgiveness. Not yet. But hope. Madeline screamed. No. Silver flashed. Evelyn saw the blade before Adrian did. Madeline lunged. Evelyn moved. She threw herself between them. The knife entered her side. Pain became white light. Adrian caught her. His hands covered the wound. Blood spread between his fingers. His blood. Her blood. Together. The ancient symbols carved into Blood Moon Hall began to glow. Evelyn gasped. The wolf inside her opened its eyes. And whispered, now. Do not save me. Evelyn whispered. Stand beside me. Adrian's hands froze against her wound. The glowing symbols beneath them burned brighter. Silver light raced across the floor of Blood Moon Hall, climbing ancient pillars, awakening marks buried beneath centuries of dust. The wolves began to panic. Move back. What is she doing? Kill her. Madeline reached for the silver blade. Adrian growled. The sound shook the hall, but Evelyn barely heard him. Pain tore through her bones. Not breaking. Opening. The wolf inside her rose. Now. Evelyn screamed. Light swallowed her. Her spine arched. Her heartbeat stopped. Once. Twice. Then thundered. The silver chains around her wrist shattered. White fur spread across her skin. Bones shifted. Claws struck stone. When the light vanished, Evelyn no longer stood before the court. A wolf did. Massive. White as winter. Silver markings curved across her body like moonlight made flesh. The hall became silent. Adrian slowly stood. His gray eyes widened. Not with fear. Recognition. Moonborn, he whispered. Evelyn looked at Madeline. The woman stepped back. No, the symbols beneath Evelyn's paws continued glowing. Images appeared across the stone walls. Ancient wolves. Black alphas wearing crowns. White wolves. Standing beside them. Not kneeling. Beside. The court stared. An elderly healer moved forward. His hands trembled. We were wrong. Madeline turned. Silence. The healer pointed toward the walls. The Moonborn were never enemies of the Alpha Kings. His voice broke. They were their balance. Evelyn's wolf understood before Evelyn did. Power without balance became cruelty. Strength without gentleness became tyranny. The Moonborn had not been hunted because they destroyed kingdoms. They had been hunted because they could stand against kings. Madeline screamed and lunged. Evelyn moved faster. One white paw struck the silver blade from her hand. Madeline fell. Evelyn stood over her. The entire court waited. For blood. For death. For proof that the monster they feared was real. Evelyn raised her claws. Then lowered them. She stepped away. Adrian watched her. Something softened in his face. True strength is gentle. The words seemed to live between them without being spoken. By dawn, Madeline was imprisoned. The old Moonborn law was torn from the royal records. Evelyn stood on the eastern balcony as sunlight touched Nightcrest. Human again. A dark cloak covered her shoulders. Footsteps approached. Adrian stopped several feet away. No crown. No armor. Just Adrian. Evelyn looked at him. You gave up your throne. I offered to. And now? The council has discovered that threatening resignation is surprisingly effective. Evelyn laughed. She tried not to. Adrian smiled. Silence settled between them. Different now. Clean. No crown, Adrian said. Evelyn's heart tightened. No secrets. He extended his hand. Not a king commanding. Not an alpha claiming. A man asking. Evelyn Hart, would you allow me to know you again? She looked at his hand. Then at him. Ask me as Adrian. His breath caught. Adrian lowered his hand. Evelyn. Her wolf stirred warmly. I love you. No title. No promise of kingdoms. Just truth. Evelyn stepped closer. You lied to me. I know. I am still angry. I know. You cooked terribly. That feels unnecessary. She smiled, then placed her hand in his. But I loved Adrian before I knew he was a king. His fingers closed gently around hers. And, perhaps, Evelyn whispered, I can love the king once he learns to be Adrian. The sun rose over Nightcrest. Below them, wolves lifted their voices. Not in fear. Not in obedience. In welcome. Evelyn had awakened believing she was a monster. Adrian had hidden believing no one could love the man beneath his crown. They had both been wrong. Because destiny had never brought a weak woman to a powerful king. It had brought two wounded hearts together and asked them to choose love without kneeling.